Okay, I'm hoping, okay, I see it down here. Okay, so what I've done is I went ahead and I'm going to come back over here. Okay, good. It still followed me. I'm just a little worried because I thought I lost my share screen. You know how I am. So what I did is I'm going to be looking at this problem, Chapter 15, problem number 4, because some of you are having questions in reference to the cost of goods manufactured. And it's really an easy statement. Once you get used to making these, it's really easy. So basically all you're doing is you're looking at these 3 inventory accounts. You're looking at your raw materials or materials. You're looking at your work in process and your finished goods. Sorry. And you're looking at the changes between those 3 inventory accounts and how that affects your cost of goods sold. So you start off with some beginning raw materials, okay? I'm going to call it raw materials because I'm old school and that's what I learned. And so you got your beginning, and then you got what you purchased, and then you got your ending. So how much did you use in that whole time period? What did you use? So you get your beginning, add it to your purchased, subtract your ending, and then that tells you how much materials you used. Same thing with work in process. Beginning, the work in process that's moved over, add that together, subtract your ending, and that tells you the amount that you're going to move over here to finished goods. Again, beginning, add it to the movement from the work in process, what you finished, subtract your ending, that's your cost of goods sold. So that's all you got to do. It's really not a hard statement. You just got to get used to making them. So in here, what I did is I went ahead and put this up here in Excel. I just think it's a little bit easier. So in here, you've got some information. You've got 2 different companies. You've got Rainier and you got Yakima. What they want you to do, and just think of it as math, solve for the unknown. You have materials inventory at the beginning. Add in the materials you purchased. Okay, so there's that 2 totals. Now to figure out this, you need to subtract your unknown. This minus this plus this equals that. Solve for x. That's all you have to do. Don't let it fool you. It's very simple math. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that for you right now. So, uh-oh, my grandbaby's crying. And I know right now if I hit this, it's going to give me my answer. Just because I know, okay? I've been working these a long time, so I know that here's the materials that I had already. I add it right here, and so that comes out to almost 1 million. Then I subtract this, brings me way down there. Now, same thing here. Plus the materials we purchased, and then let's go ahead and let's subtract that ending inventory. Yay! Okay, so where is it? This one, we're going to make it green. Green for good, because it's so awesome. Yay! More than likely we want. Okay, so now we just worked with this here is going to be, and I'm going to put it in outside borders, and I'm also going, come on, sweetheart, why is it not doing what I want it to do? Okay, there we go. Format cells. Okay, I'm going to take that border and I'm going to make it a color. And so we're going to make it a nice pretty red. Okay, so you can see this. This is all my materials inventory. Okay, this is raw materials inventory. Now, let's go ahead and let's figure out our work in process. And so that's what we're going to do right now. So I need So we're going to make another line in here. We're going to have a little bit of a blue line. And I'm going to have to take this direct labor, factory overhead, and that's going to give me my total manufacturing costs that I've incurred in May. And then, so we're going to go ahead and figure that out first. And then we're going to work on these beginning and ending, and we'll get the total cost of goods manufactured. So this is going to be its own little separate thing. So right now, I know that my total for Rainier, there's my materials, there's my direct labor, and there's my factory overhead. So if I add these three up, there's my total manufacturing cost. So let me go ahead and give that a big green. And, you know, I'm going to leave this so that you guys can see my formulas. Now here, in this one, there's my total manufacturing cost. I know what my materials are, and I know what my factory overhead is. I just don't know what my direct labor. Again, all of this is solved for the unknown. This one up here, we had this plus this plus this equals X. We had to solve for X. This plus this equals that. Solve for X. So let's go solve for X. I'm going to go ahead, come over here, take that, and then I'm going to subtract the, right there, the cost of materials purchased, and I'm going to subtract my factory overhead. That's because all I'm looking for is how much of this was the direct labor. So we're going to go ahead and put that right there. Now, whew, we got this going on. So now I have my total manufacturing cost for May, and here's my total manufacturing cost. So I just want to show you guys something, because this says total and that says total, and I'm like going, whoa, what happened here? Well, kind of not, but let's just pretend I am. And I'm going to go ahead and subtract that. Check it out. Work in process, beginning. Okay, and if I move that over, it's going to be the same thing. So you can see what happened there. Okay, so here's my total manufacturing cost for May. That's what we're moving into work in process. There's my total from the whole thing. There's my beginning and my ending. They want to know what my cost of goods manufactured is. They want to know what my work in process inventory, my ending inventory is. So let's go figure that out. And so again, this is the original, and now we're going to go over here and put in our formulas. So I know in order to get my cost of goods manufactured, here is my total manufacturing cost. Okay, I'm going to ignore that one. This one plus what I moved over in May minus my ending. So let's go figure that out. So I'm going to come up here. That's what I moved over. All my work in process that I incurred in May. I'm going to add it to my beginning, and then I'm going to subtract my ending. And there we go. And I'm going to do a little blue thing, just so that you guys can see that that's our work in process. Okay, now let's come over here. Again, this one's going to be pretty easy. So I got my total in, then we moved over, add it to my beginning, subtract out that, and I get that ending. So, okay, that's going to be pretty easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, whoops, I'm going to hit this one, and I'm going to subtract out what happened in, let's see, I'm completely having a brain hemorrhage. Okay, hang on, that's not going right. It should go like this. I totally had a brain. Sorry, guys. My brain was not working. Okay, that's what happened in May. Add our beginning. Let's subtract out that ending. What do we got? There we go. It's not working. I'm not liking what I get, so you guys are going to have to forgive me. Okay, wait, 1036, add that, that makes 1479, subtract, okay, no, it's working just fine. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure my stuff was good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Actually, I can do it all when I do this. Okay, let's make this a nice, pretty blue. I like blue. Okay. And where's the one with my formulas? Right there. Okay, so this is going to be my work in process inventory. Okay, let's keep it going. So this is my cost of goods manufactured. This is the amount that we have moved over into finished goods. So we transferred this from work in process inventory and moved it over into finished goods. Again, we're going to take this, add it to our beginning, subtract our ending. And that'll help us figure out what our cost of goods sold is. So let's go figure this out. Okay, so here's our sales, and I could care less right now what our sales are. We'll figure that into everything in just a little bit. But right now, I don't care. I'm going to get this Rainier here. Actually, this is Yakima. And I need to figure out what my ending inventory is. So again, I'm going to start with, this is what I transferred over in May. Add it to my beginning. Okay? And then I should be subtracting out my ending, but that's not what's happening. So I'm going to go ahead and find for the unknown right there, 177. So if I add this number plus this number, subtract that number, I should get that 1052. And I do. I just balanced and made sure everything was true and correct. Okay. Same thing. Let's see. It's right there. Boom. Okay. Wanted to make sure I get my formula all written up. Now this one's going to be really super, super easy. So we're going to go over here. This is what we transferred over. This is our beginning inventory. And subtract out our ending inventory. Boom. There it is. Woo! There it is. Okay. So I'm going to have some fun here, and I'm going, oh, it's not going to let me do it. Maybe, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a yellow line here. I'm going to tie a yellow ribbon around this formatted cell. Okay. Maybe not a yellow, maybe a purple. Okay. So you can see there's a purple line there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this here. So just so you can see your finished goods and how it ties into your cost of goods sold. Okay. I said I was doing purple, right? Okay, let's do purple. And let's make it pretty purple. Here, here, and here. So you can see I've got some mixtures in there. So this is kind of like my finished goods inventory. Okay, now we're down to the final numbers. Okay. I'm sorry. You guys know I'm kooky for Cocoa Puffs. So I'm going to take my sales minus my cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold is going to be in a manufacturing or merchandising business, it's going to be your largest expense item. And there we go. So I'm taking my sales, subtracting my cost of goods sold, taking my sales, subtracting my cost of goods sold. That's pretty easy right there. Okay, operating expenses. So this one's going to be easy. Take my gross profit, subtract my operating expenses. And I know I don't have dollar signs in here. I don't want to, because I'm I don't like dollar signs in these type, in doing a worksheet like this. Okay, so I know this is my gross profit. I know this is what I end up with net income. So it must be this minus this. And there we go. It is done. So this is a really nice, easy way of creating your cost of goods manufactured, and then also down here we get into our cost of goods sold. So this is where your income statement starts. So I can't do that. Yeah, I can. Let's see. Here, I've already used red. I've got purple going on. I got blue going on. And let's use this green. Okay. Whoops. I shouldn't have done that. Let's go back to that. Format cells. Nice pretty green. Up at the top. Okay. Excellent. So there's my sales, and I'm going to come all the way down here. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and post this, just an Excel file, and you guys can use it as you so choose. You can print it out, throw darts at it, whatever you want to do. But hopefully this will help you see how all of this relates to your cost of goods manufactured and your income statement in a manufacturing company. Now, I know that this is different than financial accounting. This is all about the internal user. It's all about the inside. So I just want you guys to kind of think about it that way. What I want you to think about too in here is that we're looking at information we're going to give to those internal users. So sometimes we may have, here we go again, I'm going to go with food, an apple. It's just an apple. It could be a red delicious apple. It could just be a red apple. It could be a small apple. It could be a medium-sized apple. It could be a large apple. I can have all kinds of adjectives. It could be a yummy apple. It could be a sour apple. I don't know. I've got a ton of different adjectives to describe this one apple. It's the same thing that happens here in manufacturing and accounting. What happens is you've got your direct materials, direct labor, factory overhead. You got your prime and your conversion cost. Prime is your direct cost, direct materials, direct labor. Conversion is your direct labor and your factory overhead. Conversion and prime can describe direct labor both. Okay? There's some other adjectives that we'll see in here. And just kind of, it's all the same thing. It's just some of us don't care that it's a red delicious apple. Some of us may only care that it's a small apple. So we need to use the appropriate adjective in order to help that person understand what type of apple it is. So that's all I want. That's kind of something I thought you guys would like to know about. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this through. If you have any videos that you want me to make, you got questions, and I haven't put a video up for it already, please get with me and just send me an email. You can find me on Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook. Unfortunately, well, you can send me a message through Canvas even. You can put a message up on an announcement. I don't care. Just go ahead, get a hold of me, and tell me, hey, I want this. and I'll make a video. Okay? You guys have an awesome summer.